People, I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to make sure that I am streaming here. It is a beautiful day here, Mount Shasta City Park, and I am happy to be with you. Not sure that this is working on Facebook, but if it doesn't work, then okay, it is. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start with a prayer like usual. God and Goddess, thank you so much for everything that you have given us life and this beautiful world to explore and to learn lessons, both easy and hard. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to try again in this cosmic school system and try again to ascend to the heavens and to help others ascend as well. Please lead and guide us and help us to forgive others, help others to forgive us, and help us all to make better decisions so that we need to be forgiven less. In your name we pray, in the name of Elohim, amen. So today is Humanity Day, and the prayer is, our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. To humanity, send your angel of holy work. If you have not found your holy work yet, I definitely encourage you to take some time in meditation, prayer, whatever you want to call it, and find what your soul came here for. All of us have our own part in the great plan, and what we bring to the table, our strengths and weaknesses, and how we all fit together as one beautiful body of not just humanity, but all the other species as well. They're our brothers and sisters, even though they are in other species form, and we are meant to be their example and guide and to help uplift them as well and create a world around them and the rest of the species on Earth that is uplifting to us all and beneficial for us all, that we are all getting along and our souls are thriving in whatever work that we are here to do. Maybe you came here to make music or art, or maybe you like to build things. Whatever your passion is, there is a place for you, and hopefully aligning that passion with a way that makes the world into a better place. That would be something that you should work on finding. And today, I'm just going to say, hey, David D, please, God and Goddess, help us to find peace. Exactly. I just wanted to give you a few more tips on how we can help foster peace with humanity. I've given a longer list before, but I wanted to give just a few more things that we can practically do to help foster that peace with humanity, not just by being at peace with ourselves. It starts with us and all the energy that we have going on in here, whether that's peaceful or chaotic. We're going to be bringing that into all of the relationships with us. And 9 times out of 10, the person that you're interacting with in the world probably does not have their demons under control. So you're going to need to be the one that anchors in that peace and the tranquility that you are trying to have around you and to be with other people. So I just wanted to, like I said, give you a few more of the tips. I need to find what exact videos have the longer lists and post them. But the first one is to adopt a worldly identity, which I've kind of mentioned before a little bit, but begin introducing yourself, or even just to yourself. You don't actually have to tell someone or whatever, as a citizen of Earth, not any country or religion or label, trying to see ourselves without these borders. So much of our programming is this us versus them mentality. I come from America, patriotic background, our country is the best, blah blah blah, all this programming that I've had to unlearn myself. And I definitely do have a pride in this beautiful land that's all around me, but your nation is beautiful too. Like, there is beauty in every nation, and as far as the governments go, they're all corrupt, they're all wrong, and we shouldn't be having these systems that separate us and divide us. So at least we should be able to unify in that, right? All of us have beautiful country, landscaping, culture, and there is beauty in all of these things, but there's also bad, and we should embrace the good and leave behind the bad. having this, mentality of being an earthly citizen and not part of the country or religion or a label, it'll help you to soften your judgments and the belief systems that you have, like I was saying, that I know that I have, even not just with the patriotism, but with our religions, right? Thinking that our religion is right and all the other religions are wrong. And all of the there's a lot of different layers of programming and judgments and belief systems that we've all been subjected to and put under through media and all these sources. So trying to unattach from those and see ourselves as world citizens, see everyone of every race and every sex, whatever color you are, whatever either sex you are, that doesn't matter. You're my brother and sister, you're my family, you are my loved one, and that's going to help me to bring that peace to other people. So this might not be, on them. Again, the peacefulness is going to start with us. So that is one way. Another thing that we can do practically, create peace offerings. I really like this idea of handwriting short blessings or affirmations and leaving them in public places like coffee shops, bus stops, whatever. You could also use artwork, maybe sidewalk chalk things. I plan to do some sidewalk chalk here at the Mount Shasta City Park with the vegan community and have us write vegan messages, but you can do it with positive messages as well, leaving these little love notes for your fellow humans. You could say, you are loved, you're not alone, someone is glad you exist, we're in this life together. Different things like that can encourage people. You never know what someone is going through. And in the original list of things, smiling was one of the things. Smile at strangers. Something so small that we do can be very impactful for other people and help brighten their day, maybe even save their life. You never know what they're going through. So smiling at people, volunteering, going out of your way to say nice things, or doing these handwritten little blessings that you could leave in different places. Definitely don't litter, but there can be some creative places. We have a community board outside of Berryvale that would be a good spot for around here. Even in this little gazebo that the people gather at in the park, finding a way that isn't going to harm the wood or whatever. Well, I shouldn't encourage people to do this because they're going to be like, oh, you can't do this. Anyways, for instance, I know people are going to be there on Sunday. So maybe before people gather around the gazebo on Sunday, I might get some sticky tack or something and go put a few messages on there because I know that they're going to be taken and they're not going to be problematic. So anyways, just another idea. Another one is practice speculative empathy. Choose someone you struggle with, whoever maybe you have in your life, someone specific that you specifically have problems with constantly, or maybe it might be your boss or a relative, a stranger, whatever, and spend some time imagining their life, trying to put yourself in their position, asking yourself what do they long for? What breaks their heart? What were they like when they were a child? Just trying to empathize with them, and especially when you have a person in your life that is particularly problematic. There is a few in mind that I can think of for sure that this is helping with my interactions with them and trying to be loving and compassionate and kind, because I understand that they're already interacting from a place of hurt, and any negativity or negative energy that I might add to that is just going to make it even worse. And I don't want that for them, and I don't want to have to live with that myself. So the next one here, well, almost the last, but write a letter to humanity, not just to one person, but to everyone. Maybe pour out your fears, hopes, rage, and blessings. You could even post this online if you wanted. You could burn it. You could do some sort of ritual with it to kind of send that energy out into the universe and maybe get it off of your chest. But expressing your feelings is really important and can also help you process them and help interact better with humanity, knowing that these are where you're struggling with, and also know where you can bring light to help humanity. If you really find something that makes you very frustrated and angry, let that anger be channeled into action to actually do something about it instead of just holding on to that, because that anger and negative energy is not going to only bring you down, but it's going to come with you to all of your interactions. And so maybe veganism, like me, is something that you're passionate about, and if we go in there with this angry energy, I'm saying I'm definitely angry as well, but I understand that if I go in with an angry energy towards the person on the other side of the screen, it's not going to end well. It's just going to devolve and spiral downward, probably into like name calling and just very negative thing. And that person is going into that survival state of the mind where you can't reason with them. It's like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. You can't reason with a child that is in that state of mind, because everything is chaotic and they're seeking refuge, right? They don't feel safe, and so they're going to be retracting. They're not going to be open to what you're saying. So just like those children, a lot of us have unprocessed emotions and unhealthy ways of coping with our emotions and feelings, and I myself included. I'm definitely not perfect. I'm working on myself, but we're all, how many of us were given the proper tools while we were younger to communicate effectively, especially when we're in negative energies, right? It's something that we all need to work on. And for those that aren't working on it, like those of us that are, kind of have to make up extra for that in order to make the situation peaceful. Obviously, you can meet someone with whatever energy that they're giving out. You can be that mirror. I've been that mirror before. And you can feel very justified in that, and you can feel good in it, but frankly, at the end of the day, it's not actually changing anything. There's a time to be that blunt mirror, and then there's a time to be the heart of God and goddess that is literally sitting there with open arms saying, you need the love. Like, come on. We give the final bow to love, right? It's okay if you're wrong about the globe. It's okay if you're wrong about this or whatever. It's like, let's just put that aside right now and try to find some love and peace so that we can get out of that survival mentality of chaos and get into some upper mental functions and really start to see some change. For those of you who are on Facebook, there's a group called Vistopia. Let me just double check that that's what it's called. I can't invite people to it because they want you to make sure that, or they want to make sure that you answer the questions. But it's called Vistopia Recovery and Transformation Community. And this psychologist, vegan psychologist, is about to do another 3-day masterclass for vegans. And that's coming up in the 16th through the 18th of June. It's a free class, and like, I don't get paid for this or anything. I just wanted to mention it to you because it's helped me as well, trying to not only work on my own mental, emotional issues around veganism and being in a non-vegan world, in a world that is just very dark, but it also is very helpful because she goes into talking about how to discuss with other people and get them out of that survival mentality and try to get them talking in beneficial ways that are actually going to lead about change. So if you're interested in that, I definitely would encourage you to do that. I would encourage you to take some time today to make sure that you are aligned with your holy work, and maybe think of some ways that you can have random acts of kindness and show the world that there is light and love still around. I know that I have been in some very dark places, and just even waking up and realizing that we were lied to about so many things, and then going vegan and realizing how dark even these loving beings that are here that profess to be about love and light, and they interact with you on these very high vibrational interactions, but then they go home and eat animals, and it's just like, it doesn't compute. So anyways, having the peace within yourself and taking that to relationships is really important. So I'm going to just leave you with that. What if we cared as much for strangers as we do for family? What if peace wasn't passive? If there are some ways in your life that you can answer that and make the world a better place, I definitely encourage you to. To humanity, send your angel of holy work. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. May God